rolling. So, what are we rolling? The first thing we're rolling for, oops, nope, gotta be higher than that, gotta be higher than that. All right, you guys are getting off easy. Our degree is going to be 3. Seventh period, the degree was 6. It took a full page. It was a doozy. All right, so 1 0 is a 4. I have a 0 of then 4 minus 5i. That's going to give me my 3 zeros, y. That's going to give us our 3 zeros of y. Because here's 1 0, here's the second 0. Heidi, why do I have 3 zeros? Anybody? I also have 4 plus 5 because the conjugate theorem says that if you have a negative imaginary number, you also get the positive. Yes? Yes. All right, so here are my factors. I have x minus 4. I have x minus 4 minus 5i. And I have x minus 4 plus 5i. Good?
Why is it always x minus?
Because, like, if this was x is equal to 4, to turn it into a factor, I have to subtract it to set it equal to 0.
Oh, okay. So it's actually negative.
It's going to be a negative if this is positive. If I had, like, let's say I had x is equal to negative 2, so I would then add 2 to get it
So
to
then
0.
your x is
It's the flip-flop. Okay, good? All right. I only have the one real number, so I don't want to even worry about that one yet. So we're going to distribute our imaginaries and get rid of them first. So what's the first thing I want to do?
You're gonna distribute.
Yeah, I know I'm going to distribute, but distribute what? Yeah, FOIL it out, right? So the x minus 4 comes along for the ride. I'm going to have x times x. And I'm just going to write what I'm doing for this step so I don't get lost, okay? My outer would be negative x times 4 plus 5i. My inner is going to be negative x times 4 minus 5i. And then my last is just 4 minus 5i times 4 plus 5i. Everybody good so far? Okay, so next I just need to simplify the x minus 4, I'm still kind of coming along for a ride. Okay, and when I mean to simplify, this time I'm actually going to do the actual multiplication. So I get x squared, I get negative 4x, I have negative 5xi. So far? And then when I distribute, I'm going to have another negative 4x, and then distribute and get a positive 5xi. And now these, I get to FOIL again, so 4 times 4 gives me 16. 4 times 5i gives me 20i. Negative 5i times 4 gives me negative 20i. And last, I get negative 25 I squared. Good? Alright, so let's simplify. That cancels with that one. My i's go away there, perfect. What's I squared equal to? -1, so that gives me a positive 25. So what am I left with? I have x squared. This 4x and that 4x gives me -8x. And then I have 16 and 25, which is plus 41. Good? Now what do I want to do? Distribute, right? Just multiply again. Alright, so x times x squared gives me x cubed minus 8x squared plus 41x. And then -4 times x squared. -4 times -8x. And -4 times 41 is going to give me 164. And finally, we get our polynomial of x cubed minus 12x squared plus 9x minus 164. I will tell you, a degree of 3 is not as bad. You still will always have to do this part. It's just when you get down here with the 4s and 5s, you get a lot more because you have to multiply more times. Okay, so you have the rest of class. Any questions on that? Are we all good on that? Oh, I'm sorry. I've got 3 practice problems for you that you can work on. The Math Excel is to help you, and it's only going to be 1 through 8. You don't have to do after 8. You don't have to do after 8 because we're not doing that part of the section. All right, so there's some practice problems for you.